Hey there, welcome to That Dang Dad. My name is Phil, and I will be your maitre d' for this dinner of conversation. I'm trying something a little bit different tonight. Normally I write up a little script and do a little bit of research ahead of time. If you ever see me kind of looking off to the side in my videos, it's because I have like a little guideline to sort of help me organize my thoughts. Otherwise I have a tendency to ramble. But I kind of want to just kind of shoot off the cuff tonight and see how it goes. So bear with me. There's been something on my mind lately. So as you know, I started this channel because I'm a new parent, and I've been staying up late, sort of helping take care of and feed my daughter. And as a new parent, we've been getting a lot of help from people. People have been bringing us food, buying us diapers, buying us gifts and giving us clothes for the baby and car seats and all these different things. I mean, we have been the recipient of a ton of extra help from people, and I really appreciate it. And it's not just friends and family who are doing that. Sort of out in the community, I don't know where it is where you live, but where I live in Kentucky, when people see you carrying a baby, people are just like, oh, can I help you? Let me get that for you. Oh, cut in line. We get a lot of deference when we're out and about just because we have a new little baby. And it's cool. We need a little extra help. Things take us a little bit longer. And yeah, we have this little tiny life that we're trying to prevent from dying until she can fend for herself and all that stuff. But it's kind of been weighing on my mind. People are really quick to offer my wife and I and our little baby a lot of extra help, but there's a lot of people out in the world who are not beneficiaries of this same amount of deference, if you know what I mean. My wife and I are a white couple with a little white baby, and we're middle class, and we do middle class things, and we both have good jobs and things like that, and it just feels like we don't need the extra help quite as much as other people who maybe don't look like us or don't have the same advantages and privileges that we do. And it's just got me thinking, like, what is it about having a new baby that makes total strangers want to do nice things for us and give us things and get out of our way and give us extra help and extra time? What is it about having a new baby that makes people want to do that? But if I was homeless, or if I was disabled, or if I had an addiction or a mental illness that wasn't easy to understand or compartmentalize, all of those people need extra help too. They need more help than I do. We're doing fine. My bank account is fine. My credit score is great. I live in a 2-story house in suburban Kentucky. I have a great job and a big support system. I don't need all this extra help and deference, but I'm getting it. And I'm sort of struggling with whether I am taking that deference away from people who need it more, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but I don't know how else to approach this topic. And it's something that's weighing on me, and that's kind of why I didn't want to write a script for this. I kind of want to just shoot from the hip on this, because I don't want it to seem insincere or like I'm trying to be fake woke or whatever. It kind of bothers me that I, who have received so much from society my entire life, just continue to keep receiving things from society. There's a philosopher that I reference a lot that I learned from Philosophy Tube, Stacy Clifford Simplican. She writes a lot about communities of strength and communities of vulnerability. And there's this sort of concept that she talks about how, we tend to have these communities where we like people who can add to the community and do things for us. A Oh, they're a hard worker. Oh, they're really contributing to society. You know, you hear it when we talk about immigrant. Hey, immigrants pay taxes too. Hey, immigrants work really hard. They deserve to vote or rights or things like that. You know, disabled people, they can contribute just as much as abled people can to society. You know, and it's interesting that we sort of think like, oh man, you know, you're being too narrow in who you think can contribute to society. Shouldn't everybody get a little extra help and a little deference when they need it, whether or not they can contribute to society? I know that having a child means I have now contributed to America's future. I have contributed a new taxpayer. I have contributed a new worker. I have contributed a new volunteer. I have contributed a new friend. I mean, I get it. In all of human history, you have to grow your population in order to grow the society and strengthen the society. So I get that there's this compulsion to give me a little extra help because I have now contributed to the community in the form of a new person to strengthen it. And I gotta be honest with you, I kind of hate that I am contributing to this community of strength when I think that actually I wish people were helping me out more because we all lived in a community of vulnerability. I have a little tiny life that doesn't understand things, and we have to feed her at weird times, and we have to transport her little fragile body in a way that protects her little jiggly bones. You know, that's a need. I am vulnerable. She is vulnerable. And in the same way that we're vulnerable right now, and that will pass as she grows, there's a lot of people out in society that are extremely vulnerable, and it will not pass. There are people with, disabilities and challenges, and people who don't have any money, and people who don't have any resources, people who don't have any family, people who are struggling just to live, and they're vulnerable too, and they need help too, and they need a little extra regard sometimes, in the same way that you would do it for me because you want to give me a little extra help because I have a little baby. We need to be doing it for people regardless of whether we think that they are contributing to society or adding to society. We need to help them because they need help. So I guess what I'm saying, and this has been a complete rambly disaster as I predicted, but I guess what I'm saying is next time that you see a new family with a little tiny baby and you want to let them cut in line, or you want to help them get something, you want to help them out, do it because they need it. But then next time you see a homeless person, or a person struggling from a mental illness, or just a lonely person, or just a person who takes a little bit of extra time to do something for some reason, maybe help them out too, just because they need it, because it's cool to help people who need help regardless of what they contribute to society. So anyway, I know this was a hot mess. Feel free to say so down in the comments or whatever. But yeah, it's just, I want us all to start thinking about people not in terms of what they bring to the table, but in terms of what they need and what we can do to alleviate that need. So give me a little thumbs up if you agree, and I'm sure people will thumbs that down if they disagree. Other than that, just appreciate you suffering through this scriptless presentation, and hope to catch you next time on That Dang Dad.